Hello, my friend. Welcome to What's Up in Makeup Live. I am so excited to be here live with you doing my makeup news show called What's Up in Makeup. You may notice something a little bit different in that I switched cameras. So it may look a little bit different. Hopefully it looks amazing. I think it looks amazing. We had a pink issue where everything looked pink. I was out of focus some, and now I can do things like this. Oh, what? Okay, so I'm really excited about that. I had to share that. If you are watching this on the replay, there are going to be timestamps down below. Once I can get them in there, I have to manually add them. So it may be an hour or two, or maybe a little more before I can get the timestamps in, but they will be there as soon as I can get them in, because I do have to make dinner after this. So if you're watching this in replay, I'm working on it. All right. So today in What's Up in Makeup, we're going to be talking a lot of interesting things happening in top news, but also a lot of interesting products. So I've got my notes here. First story is about a chemical that people are putting in their noses and injecting that make them tan. But there is a big problem with this. We're going to talk about it. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's all over TikTok right now, apparently. And yeah, it's one of those things where we just kind of have to look at it and just be like, oh my gosh, what is even happening? So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about the next level of brands finding fragrances that are right for you. So YSL is going to actually use your brain waves in store. They're going to track your brain waves to figure out which fragrance is best for you. All right. The other thing is there is an update to brands pulling out of the Russian market due to the conflict in Ukraine. The invasion in Ukraine. That's what, because someone said I shouldn't call it a war in Ukraine. It should be an invasion of Ukraine. The horrible things happening in Ukraine right now. So we're going to be talking about the brand Consequences. There's an update to that. Also, there's a big problem with coral reef safe sunscreen that I wanted to mention because it might impact the sunscreen market, and I want to make you aware of it. Also, Good Molecules is making a very interesting choice when it comes to marketing and raising prices of ingredients and all of that. Very interesting. Oh, and then Dunkin' Donuts. The Dunkin' Donuts Elf collection. There is a thing in that collection that is the most useless thing I've ever seen. I saw it on my friend's TikTok account, and I want to share that with you before you get it, in case you did not see this one thing that's in the collection that's absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to be talking about that. So that's the big problem with the Dunkin' Donuts thing, and of course the product report and all of that. If I can get my pages in order, we will be in good shape. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started in just a minute. And one thing that's great about What's Up in Makeup Live is it's not just my opinion, it's the people that are here live as well. So when I invite people in my home, I like to say hello. So good morning to Leslie at Thriving and Beyond. Hello. Very happy to see you. Yesenia is the way I'm going to say it. Hopefully I said that correctly. Hello to you. Hello to Liberty Chic. Good to see you. Thank you for all of your comments recently. I've seen them and I appreciate you oh so very much. Hello, Angie. I hope that you are doing well. All that fresh is in Miami. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hi, Michelle. Feels so good to be back for live. It's good to have you back. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Casey. Hi, Lisa over at Sincerely LGS, Emily and Kenny, and nice Gigi. So good to see you. And if I did not say hello to you, it's not good morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Good day to you. And Jilly too, and Christy and everybody else. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll all the way down so I'm all caught up to where you are. And let's get started with What's Up in Makeup. I'm very excited. Okay, so the first thing, I never would have thought that there was something that you could inject into your body or squirt up your nose in order to get more tan. I was one of those teenagers and young adults that went to tanning beds because I wanted to be tan, because I was told my entire childhood that I was too pale and that I looked sickly because I was too pale. The shaming is real. If you are a very light skin tone, you may have experienced the same thing. So I've always seen tan skin as being very beautiful, and that I did not have deep enough skin in order to be beautiful. So I wanted to be tan. But I never thought that that would be a thing. So essentially what it is you either squirt it up your nose or you inject it, and then you go out and you get into the sun, and it activates the melanocytes. I think I said that right. And it helps you to tan deeper than you would without it. And people are doing it on TikTok. And the magic ingredient in this is something called melanotan 2. Not melatonin, but melanotan 2. It's an artificial hormone that stimulates the pigment cells to produce melanin. It is an ingredient that's banned in the UK. It is not approved by the FDA. And according to Cancer Research UK, because they are not regulated, unlicensed melanotan injections could contain other harmful chemicals that aren't listed on the label. And also, there was a BBC Newsnight documentary called Dangerous Tanning Products. There was a woman who was using these products as an injection, and then she would go into tanning beds and she developed skin cancer. Maybe she would have gotten it without the melanotan. Maybe, I don't know. But she did develop skin cancer. I'm not sure. I don't think you can do a cause and effect with that, but she was using it for 8 months, and then she found a mole on her leg that was stage 1 melanoma. She's only 27. If you Google, you find a ton of horror stories. Let me show you the one that I found. This story is actually kind of, he was laughing, so maybe we can laugh too, hopefully. This man. So what happened to this guy? His name is Dylan. His name is Dylan Wright. He gave himself 2 injections before heading to Spain for vacation. This is the before and after photo. This was taken in 2014. So this has been around for a while. He said that he looked ridiculous, and he knew he looked ridiculous. He said, quote, "I looked like a pint of Guinness." And I do kind of agree with the blonde hair. And he also said that the injections left him with permanent moles on his body, on his face or his body. I don't know. It didn't say exactly where, but he has permanent moles. So what I did was I looked over at the website, that the article that I read in Cosmetic Business that's linked down below. I looked at the website. It's called nasaltanners.com. If you scroll past all the products, let me show you. So if you scroll past, that's the home page, and then here are the products, and you can see the prices there. You scroll down past the products, you get to some reviews, great research company. Wait till you see their research. This is hilarious. It says, okay, first of all, it says all products listed and provided through nasaltanners.com are intended for research purposes only. We do not promote the personal use of these products. Oh my gosh. And then it says, instead of research, it says, what does Google say? Not Google, Google Scholar, not even WebMD. We have, what does Google say? And then it says some other things. And then also they take no responsibility by saying all information is gathered from third parties for reference only. Nasaltanners.com are not responsible for how it is used. So it basically, if it messes you up, it is not our fault. So there is a doctor from UCLA Health. He is a dermatologist and a skin cancer surgeon. His name is Dr. Teo Soleimani, is the way I'm going to pronounce it. Hopefully I did okay. The problem with these drugs is that they mimic a naturally produced hormone that's released by our brain, and these hormones have many broad-reaching implications. So the news outlet, I guess you call it, they have a TV show. It's called Today in the US, and they reached out to TikTok for comment. And this is what TikTok said, because there's all these videos on TikTok. They said, our community guidelines make clear what content is allowed on TikTok. Our policy on illegal activities and regulated goods prohibits the promotion of nasal tanning sprays, and we have removed the videos that you have shared with us. So if you do find them, you can report them, so that people don't possibly mess up the hormones in their brain or develop skin cancer. So that's a thing. I did not know this was a thing, so I figured I would let you know. But oh my gosh, like I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. Um, I see Charisse saying, could you imagine a movie like that being made now? I think you might be talking about Soul Man. I have not watched that movie in a really long time, but I would imagine it is absolutely awful the way that movie aged. Because I was thinking about that. He looked like the guy from Soul Man. If you've never seen that movie before, I haven't seen it in many, many, many years, but I would imagine it aged terribly. Yes, Charisse said, yes, it came from you. It reminded me of the same thing. Joey says, my friends and I frequented tanning beds in college. Our non-tanning friend used to scream, malignant melanoma, as we ran out the door. And what's bad is I wanted the most tan possible. So a lot of times I wouldn't wear any kind of sunscreen at all. And if I did, I would use a tanning oil to escalate my tan. I like, terrible, right? Terrible, absolutely terrible. So yeah, so that's a thing that I wanted to let you know about. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, Sarah says, just do research before putting it on the market. They're just using people's insecurities to make money. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's so interesting because there is such a market for skin lightening products, in not as much in the US, I don't think, as other places in the world. Like so much so, I was talking about this today that we talked about in What's Up in Makeup years ago, that there were these Pond's creams that were being imported, I believe, from Mexico across the border and being sold in like beauty supply places that were tainted with mercury, because mercury is supposed to be a skin lightener. And they were selling them, these tainted jars of Pond's cream. Pond's had nothing to do with it. And it made people sick enough to go to the hospital. So it's interesting to me how there are people that are doing dangerous things to deepen their skin tone, but there are also people doing dangerous things to lighten their skin tone. It is just, it's so sad that our society is so judgmental when it comes to those types of things, that we can't just feel comfortable with our own skin tone. I feel like I've come a long way since I was a teenager. But all right, you guys ready for the next story? Or I always feel weird using the term guys. Sometimes I'm like, I know not everybody in here identifies as a guy. So, all right. So the next thing is about neurotechnologies that will help you pick your perfume, set up by YSL. So L'Oreal owns YSL. They've announced a strategic partnership with a brand called Emotive, and they're a leading neurotechnology company to help people pick their fragrances. So I've been doing this news thing for a while, right? And a lot of times when they talk about these things, like 50% of the time, they never happen. Like we talk about it and it's like, whatever happened to that? And it never happened. But it looks like this one might actually happen. So if it does come to fruition, this is the way that it would work: is you would go into a YSL brick and mortar store and they would put on a headset. It's based in EEG technology, and the machine would track your brain activity as you smell certain perfumes. So it wouldn't just be, I like that, I don't like that. It would actually light up in certain areas of your brain when you smelled a certain perfume, to help you to pick a perfume that your brain liked, instead of your subjective, like trying to decide which one you liked, which is kind of interesting. I thought that was fascinating, and also a little bit creepy. I don't know much about EEG technology and how all that works. Maybe someone in the medical field could help with that. But they said they're going to track emotions like happiness and relaxation. According to Premium Beauty News, the experience will be available worldwide at YSL flagship stores in, quote, multiple countries through 2022 and 2023. They didn't give specifics, so we'll have to wait and see. But I'm curious to know what you all think about that. If you went into a YSL store, would you strap on an EEG machine and like have them track your brain to pick out a perfume, or is that just too weird for you? I don't know. I don't know. Novel Beauty says fascinating. Tracy says sounds like BS to me. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, Cherie says, whoa, EEG for perfume. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Yeah, maybe. Joey says, I wonder if I can get this covered by insurance at my neurologist's office while we're tracking seizure activity. I don't know, maybe. That would be great. Yeah, Pam says the same thing. Weird, but really interesting. Hi, Heather. Heather says they're getting closer to mind reading every day. Super scary. However, I want to pick my perfume this way. Yeah, I don't know if I would or not. I think it would make for a really good video, though. I bet you when they do come out, if they do come out, there will be people making videos about them. All right. So the next story has to do, if I can find page 3, because I'm on page 6 somehow. I don't know what happened. There's page 3. All right. So here we go. Oh, the Russian stuff. Okay, so over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about that beauty brands have been taking their products off of the Russian market, not shipping to Russia at all because of their invasion of Ukraine. But it looks like Russia is going to start accessing something called the gray market. So essentially, people would be able to import goods into Russia without the permission of the companies. Before now, you had to have permission of the companies in order to import things. But now, like somebody in, I don't know, Poland could, I don't know if anybody in Poland would help them, but let's just say somebody in Poland bought a bunch of Nike sneakers over, because Nike's, or let's say Estee Lauder, since we're doing makeup, let's say Estee Lauder face creams. They could buy a bunch of them and then sell them to vendors in Russia. And then that's how Russia would get the products, is through different parties. So I would imagine that would raise the prices because now you have to pay a middleman, but they're trying to go around it. Because like last week, we even talked about how Russian lawmakers threatened to seize the assets of the companies that withdraw from the country and arrest corporate leaders who criticize the Russian government. So they're trying to do everything they can to get around things. So there's an attorney, his name is Josh Gerben. If you look for lawyer stuff, if you look for legal stuff, you'll find the Gerben Law Firm. They talk about trademark stuff all the time. So he explained to Law 360, quote, in the past, if you wanted to sell Nike shoes to Russia, that's where I got that from, you couldn't do it unless you had Nike's permission. What this parallel imports order said is that you now no longer need permission of the brand or the patent owner to import those products. So no, there isn't really any word on how this is going to affect the beauty industry specifically. It was just kind of a general thing. And since we've been talking about it, I figured I would mention it. The problem with this is that you don't know if they're counterfeit. You don't know if they've been doctored in some way. I was talking to somebody at the farmer's market today, how they ordered a Shape Tape concealer from eBay. Or Etsy, eBay, somewhere like that. And when they got it, it definitely was not Shape Tape. They said the formula was completely different. So yeah, I mean, you never really know. And that's a danger to the Russian people who have nothing to do with the war. So hopefully, nobody gets hurt from it because it's absolutely awful. Julie says gray market is a real thing. I sell jewelry and we have to deal with it. Gotcha. Holly says, I bought perfume that in the moment seemed okay, but if I was in an off mood later, I didn't like it. Gotcha. So that was back to the other thing we were talking about. Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Where was the one? I just saw it and then I scrolled down. Okay. Oh, this is interesting about the perfume thing that we were talking about a minute ago. Kelly says, just because your brain likes it doesn't mean it would match your body chemistry. That's an interesting idea. I hadn't even thought about that. All right. So now let's go ahead and move on to the coral reef sunscreen thing. And if you are on beauty YouTube, you've probably heard about coral reef safe sunscreen and that it's not really real. Well, it's real. It's a thing. Well, let me just start at the beginning. So where I wanted to start with this is I don't know anybody that wants to destroy the environment, that like purposely goes out of their way to destroy the environment. But most of us have altered our buying habits in one way or another to try to help the environment. We're cutting back on our plastic. We're just cutting down on our spending, trying to, reduce, reuse, recycle, all of that stuff. I feel like most people are trying to be more eco-conscious, and that's where we get a lot of this greenwashing kinds of situations. So what happened was, this is the story where it starts, as scientists realized that the coral reefs were turning white. So they knew if the coral was dying, then it would mess up the entire ecosystem around the coral reefs. So back in 2020 and 2021, a lot of places in the US, Mexico, and some tropical islands in other countries banned the sale of sunscreens that contained oxybenzone and octinoxate, I think is how you pronounce that, to help preserve the marine ecosystems. But what happened in 2021 is that scientists realized that what the original studies did was they put an obnoxious amount of these chemicals directly into the water, and of course it bleached the coral. But the amount of sunscreen that gets into the water is not enough to contribute to the coral bleaching, is what they found out. And that most likely the reason why the coral is dying is because of the rising temperatures of the water. And that's the biggest contributor to it. But by then, everybody learned about reef safe sunscreen, and there's these laws created, and nobody wants to hurt the coral reefs. I mean, I heard about people like going in their home pools, people in like the middle of the country that live nowhere near coral reefs, still trying to use reef safe sunscreen because you don't want to damage the water. Like, well, if it hurts reefs, maybe it can hurt other animals. And if it goes into another waterway, what if it hurts them? All of that. So now, now we know that the laws kind of jump the shark, jump the gun, jump the shark, jump the gun by making those laws. But now the sunscreen companies are in a bad position. They're in a tough spot because they know there's a demand for this reef safe sunscreen, because people don't know that it shouldn't be a thing. And there's still all these laws surrounding it. So people want it. So do they make it, or and like perpetuate the misinformation, or do they go and make other things? And what's happening is that the formulation of these sunscreens is slowed significantly because these particular ingredients are really, really good at protecting against UVA rays, not UVB, but UVA rays. And that's the ones that UVB is for burning, UVA is more what is it? Now I lost it in my brain. I had it in my brain a second ago and it flipped right out. Thank you, ADHD. But it protects it against UVA rays. So now they have to use these less stable forms of UVA protection, and the formulations are turning into crap. That's what it comes down to. Not complete crap, but they have a lot less options. So these brands are stuck in this tough position now on formulating sunscreens. And it's just really sad, because I wish there was a way to undo misinformation. That's the problem with misinformation, is that once it's out there, it's really hard to take it back, because people believe things with their whole souls, and you can't tell them otherwise. Even if the same scientists come back and say, never mind, people will still believe it. So yeah, Tracy says, like sunscreen isn't the problem. Oil spills and corporate pollution and climate crisis is. I don't know much about the oil spills and the and corporate pollution as far as the oceans, but I would imagine that you're right. Novel Beauty says, do they mean the amounts are insubstantial, or the individual sunscreen, or even on a super crowded beaches where lots of people are constantly going? They're saying that the amount that's getting into the water, because a lot of these are waterproof too. So the amount of the sunscreen that's getting into the water and the dilution of it through this massive ocean it's not significant enough to affect the environment the way that they thought back in 2020 and 2021. Yeah. So in early 2021. So it doesn't matter. Like it's not, that's what this one article says. So, I mean, of course, do your own research. All my articles are linked down below. And I think I have quite a few for this one. So, yeah. I think it's everybody. I don't think it's just one person. It's like, because you think about how big and wide the ocean is, and how it's, constantly going in and out, and that it's waterproof sunscreen. So hardly any of it's getting into the water anyway. And if it does, they say it's insignificant for that particular thing. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this too, and that not just destroying the ecosystem, but also the tourism economies a lot of these countries rely on. Yes, exactly, Beatrice. The sunscreen thing is interesting. There are parts in tourist sites in Mexico where they only allow people to use eco sunscreen. Exactly. That's the stuff that doesn't have those UVA, those really good UVA protectors. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether I can understand why sunscreen companies would continue to push the coral narrative, because it's going to sell product, but it's not real. So it's like, it's such a tough situation until we get the misinformation out of people. I don't think there's any way that we can, thank you. I don't think there's any way we can stop it. Diamond my eye, A for aging, B for burning. Thank you. I couldn't think of it for a second. Like it went out of my brain. All right. So the last top news story before we take a little break is about Good Molecules. All right. So Good Molecules, if you remember, we've done a few episodes of What's in Makeup. I remember The Ordinary, and I know there was another company, but I can't remember off the top of my head, that said because of the rising cost of ingredients and all of that, importing things and all the complications that are happening right now, they had to raise the prices of some of their products. And I know there was another low cost brand that did the same thing, but I can't remember. So anyway, so Good Molecules decided that they were going to do something just a little bit different. So here is what they put out. I found this in our hunters group. It says the cost of making good molecules is rising, from packaging and raw materials to shipping. Inflation is real. Does that mean we'll raise prices? No. Low prices make sure as many people around the world can use good molecules as possible. If we let quote unquote inflation change that, we will lose customers, especially when budgets are tight. Here's our plan to fight inflation. Keep prices low while the competition raises theirs. Cut our advertising budget as happy customers tell friends about good molecules. Get lower costs from suppliers as sales grow, so they can order, larger orders and cut down the cost. They say, how can you help? Let a friend know about good molecules and we'll make sure they save money and see a difference in their skin. And this is an interesting point. This is a real jab. Here we go. P.S. When inflation declines, will others lower prices back down? I think we know the answer to that one. Sick burn. So it's like, I get it. I get it. Like, I totally get it. This is the thing though, is Deciem and The Ordinary are not called the Abnormal Beauty Company for nothing. I would not be surprised if they put their prices back down. I honestly wouldn't, because they are weird. They do the weirdest things that no other company does, because they think it's like, it was just Brandon Truax really built a very unusual company. He was a very unusual man, and he built a very unusual company. And I would not be surprised if they did lower the prices back down, to be honest. I don't know about other companies, but Good Molecules, I mean, not Good Molecules, but Ordinary, maybe. I do kind of like this from the Ordinary, I keep saying good. I'm getting it mixed up. I do really like this from Good Molecules, though. I think that it's a smart brand strategy and it's different. I mean, go for it, right? Yes, it was e.l.f. Everybody's saying e.l.f. Yes, thank you so much, everybody that's saying e.l.f. I appreciate you. You are 100% right. So many people saying e.l.f. Yep. Thank you. You guys, you all have such a good memory. Sometimes things just go out of my brain. So what do you all think of this? Do you think that that's a good thing? Interesting. Raina says this only means that Good Molecules were already overpriced. They're so cheap though. Like, Good Molecules it's the same price as The Ordinary. They're pretty inexpensive. Yeah, Pam says, mic drop. I thought it was kind of funny, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. All right. Jen. Thank you, Jen, for becoming a member of the Collective Brain Elite. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I appreciate it. It really does help a lot. The $1.99s really do add up. It really helps so much. All right, so let's take a, oh, actually, you know what? Let's take a quick break and we'll do the what's on my face / PR purchase product of the week right now. Because I think it's nice to take a little bit of break before the product report. So I showed you this before. This is the new Sigma. It's called Sigma New Mod. It's available April 12th at sigmabeauty.com. And they did send this to me in PR. So this is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I've really been stuck on this shade and using this one constantly. So I decided to stay away from it tonight. And I use, let's swatch the ones that I use. I use this one, and I use this one, and I use this one, and then this one on my lower lash line. So those are the 4 shades I used, and I'll just swatch them on my hand. There we go. And it's just a really pretty palette. I like how it gets real deep when you turn, because you can see it on my eyes. Like, it looks real light, and then you turn, and it's like, bam. Let me just swatch the one that's my favorite that I can't stop using just because I can. But it's so pretty. It's so, so pretty. This one right here. So it looks kind of blue in the pan, but then when you swatch it, it's got a shift to it. It's got a pink shift. I do have pictures on my Instagram. I have swatches on my Instagram if you wanted to see. So it's down here. So on the eye, it really does shift more pink. You don't see the blue as much. Let me see if I can get it to build a little bit. Off camera, you can see the blue more than you can see it in the swatch under these bright lights. So yes, it's really nice. I'm having so much fun. Sigma has done such a nice job with their formula. Like, really and truly, I'm just so impressed with what they've done. And the owner of Sigma is so kind. She's such a sweetheart, and I just really like the brand overall. I've had some negative experiences with ABH, so I just want to let you know that I'm not going to be purchasing anything from ABH in the near future. I don't want to go into it too much, but they really. I'm not a fan of the choices that they make. Let's just say that. Publicly, privately, with me personally. So I think Sigma is my new ABH because they are very nice and they put out really good products and their color stories are beautiful. And yeah, so yeah, not a fan. I've been kind of taking them out a little bit out of What's in Makeup, and like, I'm just not thrilled with them as a brand. I don't like the things they do. I mean, going back all the way to when they did like their PR searches for new people, and they had all these people posting all of this content to get on their PR list. They sent out these massive PR kits to everybody, and then they just took like most people off. Like, all these people that had worked so hard and created all this content in order to earn being on the ABH PR list, and they were on it, they got all the stuff, and then they just took them off. It's like, I just do not like the choices that they make. I don't think they're kind. I don't think they're nice people. Like, I'm very disenchanted with that brand. And I've loved ABH for years. So many videos on ABH products. I'm just done. So yeah, I'm switching over to Sigma because it's better all around for me. So yeah. All right. What?
I'm confused about why you remove your swatches with a dry tissue.
Because that's what I have. Because it's here. And I also have these, but I don't want to put this on my skin. I should put some actual makeup remover wipes here. That would be the smart thing to do, but and my trash can down here is full, so that's why they just get thrown over here. I'll throw them away later. All right. Also on my face, just very quickly, I am wearing the 2 lipsticks that come with this. Let me swatch these for you real quick. This is part of the same Sigma New Mod collection. So this is the liquid lipstick. I am wearing this as blush as well. It works really well as a blush. Let me show you. I'm just going to blend it out real quick, just so you can see how pretty it is. Of course, it's on my wrinkle of my wrist. It's not the best spot, but it's on my cheeks. That's what I put on as blush today, and I love it. And then here's the gloss by itself. One thing I will say, I do not like these brushes at all. Let me do this because I can't. Oh, wait. Is it going to? Yes, it did it. I'm so excited. Okay, I don't like this because when you put it on, it feels like you have hair on your lips. I don't like the brush. The formula is great. I just don't like the brush. So, I mean, it feels good to swatch, but on my lips, I don't enjoy it. I hope they switch to a doe foot. But you can't really see, but there's a little tiny bit of shimmer in there. It's not as shimmery as it looks in the tube. So yeah, I'm going to use my paper towel again. All right. let's go ahead and we are going to move into the product report. So first thing, there's going to be lots of pictures. I have all the pictures for you for the product report. Let me make sure I got everything for the top news. So let's go ahead and start with Sydney Grace. Where is it? Why? Why does this thing hate me? Why? Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson's being restocked. The what you call it, the Tiny Marvels palette, and for some reason it did not come through. Why? This is so mean. Where's my picture? I hope all my pictures came through. I'm gonna be upset if they didn't. Watch them not have all come through. I'm gonna be irritated. Oh, I didn't talk about the Elf Dunkin thing. We'll talk about that now. So if you don't know Mel Thompson, she was a friend of mine. She passed away last year, and she was a lovely, lovely human who came out with a beautiful palette. Actually, I'll show you in person. It's right here because I always keep it by me, and it is one of my favorite palettes of all time. It's $52, and this was sent to me in PR, but I would definitely purchase this for $52 for me personally. The pans are gigantic. It's going to last you forever. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. So they say, with the blessing of her family, we want to continue to share her love, creativity, and passion with others. As a way to show our love and support, we're donating a portion of the proceeds from this palette directly to Mel's family. So I did want to let you know, because I know a lot of you wanted to get your hands on that, and I do restock it periodically, but then it sells out again. So I did want to let you know it's there in case you wanted it. All right, let's talk Elf and Dunkin. So Dunkin' Donuts and Elf, there's the picture of the collection. It is so cute. I love Dunkin' Donuts. Like I would eat Dunkin' Donuts every day if I thought that was a good health choice. And I don't think it's a good health choice, so I don't. But I think this collection is so stinking cute. So it comes with the Dunkin' Dozen, $16. It's 12 shades and inspired by Dunkin' Donuts favorites. Then you have the Donut Forget Putty Primer. Supposedly it smells like donuts. I kind of want that because they're really good at their scent with their scents over at Elf. And then there's a coffee lip scrub, which also sounds amazing. Glazed for Days lip gloss set, and the classic Dunkin' Stack Vault. So you can get all of it for $75. It's actually over at Ulta's website right now. And the individual products are like $16, $12. A coffee lip scrub is $6. So this is the issue. All right, I'm watching Samantha March's TikTok. They sent it to her in PR. The sponge, okay? The sponge that comes with it. Wait till you see. Okay, if you do not watch Samantha March's TikToks, let me show you real quick how gigantic the sponge is. Poor woman trying to put makeup on with the sponge. Oh, that's not the one I want to show you. Let's see this one. So that is how it looks, like a bath sponge. I would not use this on my face. Maybe it's meant to be a bath sponge. Like, let me know, because this, look at this. Look at this poor woman trying to put on concealer with this giant sponge. I was like, Samantha, how are you even doing this with a straight face? She says, okay, concealer isn't quite the easiest because it's so large, the caption underneath. And it's so true. This is her trying to put on foundation. I've never used a sponge like this and then just started to blend it out. I mean, it's so ridiculous. Like, that can't be meant for face. It can't be. What are you all saying? Because I'm thinking that that's not right. Like, it can't be for your face. Like, you'd think they would make a little one, like the Makeup Revolution one. I had it right here. I don't know if it's still here. Oh, here it is. It's right here. So this one was by Makeup Revolution as part of their Simpsons Halloween collection. So, like, this makes sense to me, even though it's not functional. Like, this doesn't make any sense. But at least it looks like it's for your face, and it feels like it's for your face. I don't know. Let me see what you all are saying. Yeah, exactly, Christy. That's what I'm saying. It looks like it's meant for the bath. I know. Isn't that weird? So, oh, thank you, Angie. Angie says you might be able to use, oh, you know what? I don't think you can use any codes on Mel's palette, but if you're getting other things, you might be able to use Puffin as a code for other things on the Sydney Grace site. They really do make wonderful things. See, this is smart. Camellia says it's cute. I'd cut it into triangles. That's really smart. Yes, absolutely. Oh, Jamie says the Ulta listing says face sponge. That is not for the face. So that's the big issue I wanted to show you about the Ulta sponge. I mean, that collection. I think that that's ridiculous. Like, I don't know who would take that seriously. I mean, oh, Michelle says, watch Wayne Goss and Teresa's dead using a sponge that looks like a toy from Adam and Eve. Yeah, you might be able to cut it into 4 pieces. See, that's smart. Maybe. Yeah, it does. So weird. So weird. Oh, the Rose and Wolf says it's not to put on makeup, it's used to wash your face. That kind of that does not look like it would be fun to wash my face with, though. I think I would use it for my body, honestly. Yeah, why is it as big as her head? I don't know. All right, let's keep going with the product report and talk about the next thing. So this is page 4. So now I need page 5. Where's page 5? It should be on the back of page 6, and it is. Yay. Okay. So, oh, by the way, if you are in New York, there is a celebration of the Elf and Dunkin collection. They're having a donut-shaped walkthrough pop-up experience in New York City. It's called Wake Up and Makeup. It's in the West Village at 414 West 14th Street, and it's happening on April 5th. They didn't say a time, but I would imagine it's very early. All right, let's talk about the next thing, which is the Kylie and Kendall 2.0 collection. I am not a Kardashian fan, but the imagery for this collection is gorgeous. I don't think my picture is very sharp, but you can go over to their Instagram and see, or Kylie's Instagram and see this. Just incredible marketing. And I think the palette is gorgeous. I think the collection is gorgeous. I haven't tried their eyeshadows. I don't know if they're good. I will say it's beautiful marketing. That's where I'm going to stop on this one. The flowers are gorgeous. It's perfect for the season, of course. And congratulations to her on making such a beautiful palette. One thing that I don't really like, though, that would weird me out, whenever there's people's faces on a palette, I don't know, like, it's not my preference, like how their faces are on the palette. It was kind of like when Manny MUA came out with the Life's a Drag palette and it had his eyes on it. I felt like he was constantly staring at me and it just made me uneasy. So I'm not as big of a fan of like faces like that on a palette, but that's just being nitpicky. I don't know if they have a good formula, but I do think that it's really pretty.
Technically, Tracy says gorgeous photos for basic products.
Oh, see, there you go. That's how you sell things, though, Tracy. Where's Tracy's comment? There it is. That's how you sell things, is gorgeous photos for basic products. You do a collab with Dunkin', or you take really pretty pictures. You remember when they did the Nightmare on Elm Street collection? Like, the marketing for that was so good. So good. Like, all you want to say about Kylie Jenner, she's really good at marketing. Really, really good. So yeah, Michelle says same thing, very basic palette. Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of agree. All right, so next up is Melt Gemini 2. So let's show that. Where are all my pictures? Oh my gosh, I'm so mad. What the heck? What happened? Not on my picture. Oh no, there it is. Yay! It is there. There it is. Woohoo! Got a little nervous for a second. So that's the Gemini 2. And the original Gemini I heard was really good, but I have heard that Melt's formula is very inconsistent. I really like the Melt products that I've tried, but I've heard some people say that some of the palettes are not very good. This is not one that I think that I would get. I do appreciate the kind of two-toned color story where you've got, like, it's Gemini and I'm a Gemini. So, I like anything Gemini themed. I've worn this Gemini ring since I used to do unboxings of nail subscriptions back in my very old house. You can see it kind of wiggling over on the side there. So I love everything Gemini, but I don't like red eyeshadows. I think they look really bad on me. Like, they seem like a good idea, and then I put them on. I'm like, nope, that was a bad idea. But I do love the rose prints in there. Just so gorgeous. Really, really pretty. I hope that it's really good, because I've heard that their quality is a bit inconsistent. All right, let's talk ColourPop, because we only have 15 minutes left and I have a lot to tell you still. So ColourPop came out with another collection, of course. And there it is. This is the Extra Celestial collection. 3 pressed powder palettes and 6 So Glassy lip glosses. I mean, it's like, We know that a lot of people probably already have these colors, but it's the packaging. ColourPop is another one that's really good at their marketing. They're really good at making something really pretty. And it's like, yes, I have this color, but do I have this color with a starburst print in it? No, therefore I need it. Yes, I have this color, but do I have it in speckle form? No. Yes, I have this color of lipstick, but this one says So Classy on it, and that's really cute. It's like, this is how you sell stuff, my friends. This is how you sell stuff. And it's a lot of people are going to like these color stories. So I get it. I get it. It's boring as hell, but I get it. They find a way to make boring interesting. I give them that. All right. Speaking of making boring interesting, I don't know if this is boring. There it is. Now I'm paranoid. Every single picture is not going to come up. All right, here we go. We've Wet n Wild Care Bears. So many things. Too many things. I'm giving this the Care Bear stare because I don't know. I want it to explode. I don't know. This is the thing. All right. They sent me, Wet n Wild was kind enough to send me the Saved by the Bell collection, and the quality was not fabulous. It was less than fabulous. Like everything I tried, I was like, really? The only thing I like from Wet n Wild is like the blushes are really nice. The highlighters are nice, but they need to step up their game. They need to bring it up to e.l.f. level is what needs to happen as far as quality goes. They need to bring it up a bit. But I can see they're selling nostalgia is what they're doing. I'm surprised that these sponges aren't bear shaped. I feel like they should be bear shaped, but they're just different colored teardrops and things. One of them has a little footprint on it, which is kind of cute. But yeah, I know that's gonna be a hard no for me. A hard no. Yeah, JK says Care Bears are cute, but too teeny bopper. And I don't think this is the thing. I used to watch Care Bears when I was little. But the nostalgia for me for a Care Bears makeup collection, just it isn't there. Like you're right. It looks very, very kid-like, you know? I don't know. I mean, what else would it look like? How do you make Care Bears more appealing to the adults who watched Care Bears as children? I don't know. Exactly. Are these toys? They look like toys. They do. Absolutely. It is a lot of Care Bears. It is. Yeah, exactly. Christy, same thing. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I loved Care Bears so much. I even got my kid, my oldest, to dress up like the yellow Care Bear, the sunshine bear, or whatever its name was when they were little, because they loved yellow. So I was like, what costumes are yellow? I was like, how about if you be a bear? It's a yellow bear costume. Isn't it so cute? And they're like, yeah, they didn't know Care Bears. So yeah, I love Care Bears, but I think that's going to be a no. But if you are interested, their Instagram says they're available now at Walmart and CVS, coming soon to Amazon, Target, Walgreens, and Rite Aid. All right, let's go a little more expensive. Let's talk Charlotte Tilbury. We only have 10 minutes left. How does that happen? All right, Charlotte Tilbury, they have a bunch of new pillow talk products that just came out. New variations, same shade, 2 beauty light wands, 2 multi-glow highlighters, a color chameleon pencil, an eyeshadow quad, a berry brown version of their push-up lash mascara. Prices are from $29 to $53. I can only find it on charlottetilbury.com, but that was a couple days ago, so it might be available other places now as well. The highlighter palettes are freaking gorgeous. Oh my gosh, that's the big thing that calls to me in this collection is the highlighter palettes, just because they're so pretty. But do I need another highlighter? No. Am I buying it? No. But I love it. It looks like it's got, the crochet, not crochet, it's got like a pillow pattern on it. It's so cute. I love it. All right, Dose of Colors. Last thing we saw from them was their Valentine's Day collection. Now they have 2 brown palettes. Like, again, I get it. I get that brown is popular. A lot of people like brown, but they're not even being saved by their packaging, I don't think. I'm so bored. So bored. And I love Dose of Colors. They have really nice formula, really nice eyeshadow formula. So I see these, when I see palettes like this, I think that might be a nice gift, but like, that's it. That's going to be a no for me too. All right, moving over to Sephora. New Patrick Ta palette. That is right here. Really, really pretty. I heard Patrick Ta's formula is wonderful. I have not tried it yet. I've heard it's great. You see the 2 cream shades That's kind of cool. That has the 2 cream shades, and it has a little door to protect them, and then the powder shades. So they say it's a mix of warm, cool, and neutral matte, satin, and pearlescent shades with 2 cream bases. It's $68. That's the big deterrent for me on this, is how expensive it is, and I don't need more of those shades. So it's like, yeah, even though one day I really do want to try Patrick Ta's formula. All right, One Size by Patrick Starr. He came out with 2 types of palettes. So this is the blush. The blush is really cool. It's called the Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio Palette, $36. There's 6 different trios. Each texture in the trio, he says, is for a different purpose. So first we have a Flex Cream, then we have a Full Impact Matte, and then a Hyper Sheen. They say you can wear it alone or you can layer them. But I really like the little print in it, the little Patrick print. It's very cute. I hope that it's good. I really like his eyeshadow palette. I hope that this is good. I find so far his products to be very hit and miss. So I'm hoping this is a hit. He also has this bronzer. This is also available in 6 shades. So this is called the Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio Palette, Matte Buildable Visible Texture Blurring Trio, to sculpt your face. Touch of color for a fully contoured look. I think this is the deepest one, but it's very cute. I hope that it's good quality. I do not know. All right, Ilia. I'm zipping through because we only have 7 minutes left and I still have a lot to share with you. I'm only on page 6 out of 8. So we got to keep going. But I'm definitely going to go back and read your comments later. So Ilia, here's the Ilia one. This is so pretty, really pretty. This is the Multi-Stick Cream Blush Highlighter and Lip Tint Palette. $42. 3 new and 3 best-selling multi-stick shades for a wash of color on the cheeks and lips. I really like the idea of taking the multi-sticks and putting them together in a palette because they are really good. I really like the Ilia multi-sticks. So it's cool to put them in a palette so that you can try a bunch of shades without having to buy them all individually because they are a little pricey. So I think that's pretty cool. If you're a quote-unquote natural makeup lover, Ilia is a good brand. From my experience, they sent me some PR a while back, and I've bought a couple of things, and I've really enjoyed Ilia so far. So Sephora favorites. There's 2 new sets from Sephora. We have the Clean Faves. There you go, Clean Makeup Faves. This one has full sizes of the Merit Shade Stick Tinted Lip Oil and the Kosas 10-Second Liquid Eyeshadow, along with 4 travel and deluxe size products from Item Beauty, Tower 28, Say, and Ilia. That's $32. And then we have this one. This is the Vacay All Day All Over Face Set. You get a full-size Inky List Caffeine Eye Cream, the Tower 28 Shine On Milky Lip Jelly Gloss, and the full-size Tarte Sea Surfer Curl Volumizing Mascara, and then 4 mini products from Milk, Ilia, Moroccan Oil, and Summer Fridays. It's $44. And this is the thing about those kits, is I feel like if you might have already bought one of those full-size products, you're already at least halfway there for the rest of the things. I used to buy a lot of these in the early days of my channel because I hadn't tried a whole lot of products and I wanted to try things. And having minis is great for trying new things. And they really are a pretty good deal overall, most of these Sephora sets. So the only way they're not a good deal is if you wouldn't have purchased any of it and you're not really like, if you're not just not digging it, then you definitely shouldn't get it. But like some of these full-size products are worth close to, if not more, well, probably close to. I didn't look specifically, but probably close to the size of the price of the full thing, and you get all the other stuff too. So I really like the Sephora favorite sets. All right. So I'm not going over to the comments. I will go over to the comments and read them after, I promise. All right, moving over to Ulta. Well, Ulta and Sephora. So this was launched on Too Faced website. Where is it? Did not come through? Goodness gracious. All right, so we showed it last week. The Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped Eyeshadow Palette. It's now at Sephora and Ulta. It was launched on their website like 3 weeks ago. If you've tried this, let me know what you think. I'm so curious about it. I'm probably not going to get it, but I'm wondering if it's similar to their other palette, the other Born This Way palette that's the similar setup. It's just different shades. It's $52. What I am interested in, because I am a liquid eyeliner fanatic. I love brush tip liners. So here we go. I know the picture of this exists. Here we go. This is the Benefit Cosmetics They're Real Extreme Precision Eyeliner, $24. It comes in extra brown and extra black. They say it's waterproof, smudge-proof, long-wearing liquid eyeliner with a specially designed tapered 0.1 millimeter brush tip for extreme precision. It says coming soon. There's no launch date listed, but yeah, I would imagine it's gonna, if it's not there already, it's gonna be there soon. And I may get this, even though it's obnoxiously expensive for me, at least at $24. The other Benefit product I think is even more obnoxiously expensive. Well, it's not that obnoxious because a lot of them are like 20, so 24, but still, I might get that because I really do like those kinds of liners and I kind of want to try it. All right, I don't have a photo for this, but the new REM Beauty by Ariana Grande is launching at Ulta and in select stores on April 17th if you were interested in that. I have not heard good things about that line. I have heard not good things. Nobody seems to really love it. Like people are like, yeah, it's fine. Or they're like, I don't really like it, but I haven't heard anybody love it. It's kind of sad. Maybe Ariana, it's really probably meant for like Ariana Grande fans, for Morphe fans, because it's owned by the same parent company as Morphe. So it's probably, they're targeting that audience. They haven't tried, a lot of the younger people haven't had enough time in their lives to try enough makeup to know better. And it's not a dig at them. It's just, I've had this channel for 10 years and some of these kids are only, 13, 14. So it's like they haven't had enough time to know good makeup yet. So, they may really enjoy it. It may be good, but I haven't heard great things. All right. So things that are happening over just at Ulta. We have the other Benefit product right here. So Bag Gal Bang had a really interesting rollout. Now they have this Bag Gal Bang waterproof version. This is $27, which seems obnoxious to me. The other thing that's obnoxious to me about this is it says it's a 36-hour volumizing mascara. 36 hours. Who the heck is wearing their mascara for 3 days? 3 days. Why? Is that 3 days? No. 36. It's a day and a half. I don't know where I got 3 days from. A day and a half. Like, I guess, like, maybe if you're in the medical field and you're like sleeping at the hospital, like if you're in the ER, I only know that exists because of fictional characters, but I think that that's real. But yeah, 36 hours, day and a half. I don't know why I put 3 days because my math apparently is not good. I guess because you're awake for that's like 3 days of awake time. I don't think that's what it meant. But yeah, I mean, it's $27. It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know about that. Now, this I think is really cool. This is by KVD Beauty. Oh, we're out of time. Okay. I only have 2 more things, and then we're just going to stay on a little longer so I can finish the show. All right. So this right here, this is the KVD Beauty and Miriam Lumpini Color Kit Waterproof Makeup Set. It's $94, but you get the whole color wheel versions of the Super Pomade shades. So you don't have to use them on your brows. Like originally, I think they were made for brows, but you can use these for anything. So if you're a makeup artist, I really like the pomade that I got from them when I was doing that I purchased from them when I was doing more when that was real trendy. But now I think they're trying to sell it as art for like Instagram or art for whatever, which I think is really cool. So Miriam Lumpini is their tattoo artist. That is like their main tattoo artist that works for their company as like an advisor for the brand. So I thought that was really cool. All right, last thing. This is probably the most controversial thing. Check this out. We'll save the most controversial for last, and it better be here. I'm going to be so mad. There it is. No. Yes. Here we go. So this right here, you may recognize that man. He's a legend. His name is Jimi Hendrix. And there's a makeup collection called Rock and Roll Beauty. All right. I saw this being sold at Ulta. I went over to the Rock and Roll Beauty website, and I was thinking about buying some things until I went to their About page. We'll talk about that in a second. All right. So what we have here before we get into what's happening on their About page, it says, this is the Foxy Lady Makeup Matte Lip Duo, $12, 3 different colorways, right? Then we have the Voodoo Child Artistry Palette shaped like a guitar, $25. 2 9-pan palettes, Purple Haze and Hey Baby. Then we have the Bold as Love Blush and Highlighter Palette. Then, of course, we have like a brush set. We have adhesive nail kits, which, oh my gosh, if I was doing that, I would be all about that, right? It's a makeup bag. And then there's a tobacco and vanilla scented candle, which I'm all about too. Okay. But then there's the thing of, marketing people who have passed and selling things in their name, who's profiting from it, all of that, because obviously he can't profit from it because he's no longer with us. So I was thinking about it. I was going back and forth, and I went over to their website, and it turns out that Rock and Roll Beauty is owned by Revolution. Or at least is in collaboration with Revolution. It doesn't say it's the word owned. It says collaboration. Of course, because Revolution needed another brand. So that's what they say on their website. Here's the statement. Oh wait, that's not it. That's not it. I don't know what happened to the statement. I lost it. I had that labeled as the Jimmy statement, but that wasn't it. I'll just tell you what it says. You can go over to the website and see it. It says, introducing amped up nostalgic makeup collections inspired by classic music artists of rock and roll beauty X Revolution. Wait, that didn't make sense. Introducing amped up nostalgic makeup collections inspired by classic music artists by Rock and Roll Beauty X Revolution. So I believe in my soul, that this is a Revolution company. We all know that Revolution does not make the best quality products overall. They have some hits. They have some things that are good, but about 75% of the products I've tried from Revolution have been atrocious, especially eyeshadow palettes from I Heart Revolution. They're trash. So I was really disappointed to see that. I'm glad they're being transparent about it, though. That's something. But at the same time, it's like, really? And then it went up on Trend Mood's website, and then everybody was freaking out over it. So yeah, so that's a thing. But I was proud I saw it before it was up on Trend Mood. I was patting myself on the back. But because What's But Makeup doesn't go live till Sunday, she beat me to it. All right. So there are a few more products on the website if you're interested. There's more candles, stuff like that if you want to check it out. All right. We already did PR purchase product of the week. So let's talk sales real quick. We have the House Labs 50% off site wide. And then the Sephora sale started this week. I do have a video of recommendations. I'll link that down below later. Rouge 20% off is April 1st to the 11th. VIB 15% off April 5th to 11th. Beauty Insiders 10% off April 7th to 11th. And of course, all Sephora brand products are 30% off from April 1st to April 11th. And Sephora brand has really come a long way. I do have a full review of a bunch of products I bought from Sephora brand, and it was mostly hits. So I'll link that down below later as well. So finally, I would go over to the comments, and I promise you I'll read them later, but we're over time by 4 minutes. So let me just show you the artist of the week. She's amazing. So I'm going to try really hard to say this, but it's in Estonian, and I do not speak Estonian. So this is the, that's such a great picture. So Lepatrinu is what I'm going to say. Art. She's from Estonia. It means ladybug in Estonian. All right. I've shown you all kinds of looks and what's of makeup, but she's really unique, the stuff that she has over there. Her Instagram is linked in the video description. So cute. So I was looking at this. I'm like, what is happening? And then I saw this one. I was like, what is happening? How can that even be real? Like, is that edited? Like, how is that real? I have a wagging tail behind me. There's a dog behind me. Just excuse the tail. But I was like, how can this be real? But then I saw there's a video. Look at this. Like, what? What is happening? So then she shows you how it goes on. She does all of her things where she bangs her head against the screen and comes back. But like, what? I think that's so cool. Like, oh my gosh, absolutely amazing. All right, let's look at her next look. Her next look is this one here. Like, oh my gosh, so beautiful. I just love this concept. It's called Be the Vacation You Want to Have. So she made herself into a vacation, which I love. And I love that she went gray instead of blue for the sky. And like the bold lips, I think that's beautiful. It's just soft and unexpected. Like, it's so beautiful. I love the way she highlighted under her eyes too. She's really pretty. And she has videos for all of these, by the way. All right, let's look at the third one. And I've seen this before on other people, but I think she executed it really, really well. She calls this one Slice. And of course, that's what it is. So it's just so weird and funky and just wonderful. I literally can't stop staring at this. Like, I look at it and I can't pull my eyes away. It's so pretty and it's so disturbing all at the same time. And I love that. Like, how incredible is that? So I will, again, it's linked down below if you want to go check her out, because again, currently an unacceptable number of followers at 4,445 followers. I was number 4,445. She had 4,444 until I clicked. So if you want to go follow her, links down below. All right, I'm going to go over to the comments. I apologize for neglecting you. But yeah, I mean, this is such a fun chat. I love doing What's Up in Makeup live. I will tell you, I'm doing a ton of markets in the spring, so we may be doing more live versions. I may switch up the format of What's Up in Makeup a little bit so that it can be a little more manageable, because it was very difficult getting What's Up in Makeup together for this week with the market this weekend. And it was Phoenix's 14th birthday is on the 6th, and they wanted to have a birthday party, and it was a lot. So because of the market schedule for my company, Mad Marshmallows, we may be doing more lives, or what I may do is do the product report in one video and then just do individual videos for the top news segments, and just kind of leave it at that, because it's just a lot to put together all at once. It takes me a solid day to put the script together. So I'm kind of playing with ideas in my head. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle it, but I want to make sure I still keep doing this content. It just may be coming to you in a different format just because of how time consuming it is. I used to have 13 people that helped me with this, including the lovely Flory, who is one of our moderators. You want to come up and say hi? Come here. So I don't know. Oh, come here, baby. Oh, sorry I didn't pick up your butt. I should have picked up your butt. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to try really hard. I'm going to make sure I get you the content. It's just the format might have to change a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. But just know that I love you, and I'm not doing it to be annoying, I promise, if things change. But yeah, Haley says hi. She's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and she's amazing. She's the love of my life other than John and my children. She's incredible. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go because we are over. We're 8 minutes over, and I want to respect your time. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we'll see you in a video on Friday, and then What's Up in Makeup on Sunday. I do not have a market this weekend, so we will be doing the 10 a.m. chat this weekend, to my knowledge. If anything changes, I'll put it in the community tab. All right, my friends, thank you so much for being here, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye.